What's going on, everybody? Mason here again. Today I'm back with an update for the welding cart that I bought from Harbor Freight. Alright, so if you want to check out the other video before we begin this, I'll put a link to that below. But this is the $40 Harbor Freight stand, and it's been pretty good right up until we put this tank on it. Now they do say that it's only rated for 100 pounds capacity, and I believe that cylinder's 166 was the shipping weight on it. Plus, you add in the conventional older style 211, the transformer one that weighs like 70 pounds, and a couple extra accessories, and the wheels aren't doing good at all. It actually, I believe, has more camber than my brother's S2000, and as you decide to turn it around, it is literally peeling the rubber right off the wheels. So today's plan is to fix some of that. Went back to the same Harbor Freight that sold me this wonderful stand, and I bought a set of solid rubber wheels and a little bit bigger, heavier caster, and went to our local lumber yard and I just got this piece of 5/8 threaded rod. I know it's not really the best way to go about doing it, but it's a $40 stand. If it was more money and I cared more, I would have got something nicer, but we're gonna try this, and if it doesn't work, then we'll have a third video. Okay, so I got the cart apart, with the welder and tank removed, as well as the stock axle and wheel assemblies, and it literally was peeling these like right off the bead, if you can call it that, because they're solid rubber. So, set them aside. These are the 300-pound rated 8 by 2 1/4 wheels, and I kind of like them because they actually have a bearing in them. I mean, it's still kind of a steaming pile of crap, but it's better than a non-bushed even. I mean, it's literally doesn't even have a bushing, it's just a plastic wheel. So that I found earlier has a 5/8 diameter on the inside, because this piece of 5/8 threaded rod fits perfect right through it, as you can see. And I just made a miraculous discovery that it actually fits perfectly right through the factory hole in this, because I was really kind of planning on just scuffing the paint, or maybe it's powder coat, but I kind of doubt it at $40, off from here and welding it, tacking a couple spots here as well as against this tube. But by some act of God, this thing actually fits perfectly in here. So right off the bat, if you do get one of these stands, just go ahead and do this. Spend this couple extra bucks, because the rest of the stand, I mean, even though it's like semi-flimsy, it's been good, except for these casters and axles. The casters in the front, I'll probably keep around because they're not terrible, I guess. I mean, they roll okay, and they actually have a bunch of offset to them, so they do caster appropriately, unlike the little wooden moving stand cart things that they have that don't work worth a damn, especially if you're trying to move anything substantial. Alright, so I chose to use these all-metal lock nuts. See how they have like the crushed thread on them? They work really good in high heat applications. Obviously this is not one of them. So I'm going to continue to sit here and thread this down the axle and listen to one of my favorite Skid Row songs. Now I probably could have just done this with throwing some washers on the insides here. but I really didn't want the axle to be able to spin at all in here. That way I made sure that the bearings were actually spinning and doing their job instead of just grinding through this over time. Okay, now you can see here I got these other 2 holes drilled. I already got this one caster mounted up. Normally I would deburr these holes, but since it's after 3 o'clock and it is officially amateur hour here in the garage, I'm not going to worry about that. And I'm using the original hardware to reattach this, so it should work out so good. Okay, and there's the final product. It actually looks to be sitting pretty level, just like it was before. Maybe it's raked up slightly in the front from the casters, but it looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and throw the tank back on it and machine and actually see how it rolls. Okay, cart's all back together, and it's actually rolling quite well. As you can see, the axle's not spinning and that the bearing is actually doing all the job, so that was the important part. The casters, it's pretty effortless to move this thing around here, so that's its job well done. I'd say if you're going to cheap out and buy the $40 cart instead of the $170 or $180 cabinets or however much the other ones are, or the even bigger one that's like $300 some dollars, definitely go spend the extra like 20-25 bucks on these casters. Like I said, again, they're the 300-pound capacity rated 8 by 2.5 inch rear tires that are solid rubber, and actually on a metal rim with bearings, so it's already a big upgrade over the plastic we had. And the front is just a 4-inch swivel caster, item number 61760 or something like that. But anyways, it does say it has a 330-pound capacity, and the rears say they have a max of 300. So I don't see us ever putting more than 1,200 pounds on this cart, so we should be good to go now for quite a long time. Well guys, thanks for checking in again. I know this again was another kind of short video, and I really need to get my butt in gear and get some better videos going, especially of the Datsun project over here, which is getting floor pans now, all the bracketry's welded up on the axles, and some other surprises. But maybe coming next week or so I can get some videos up of that. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.